For question 2, we are given an equation, and notice that we have fractions, right? And our goal is try to isolate the x. Notice we have 1 over x plus 1 over a equals to 1 over b. And we want to isolate x. And also, don't let the a is not equal to b bother you. Okay, they just want to say that to make things work out nicely. Anyways, right here, 1 over x plus 1 over a is equal to 1 over b. So I will tell you guys why I leave like a gap in between. To solve for an equation that deal with fractions like this, the first step is to determine what's the lowest common multiple of the denominators. So I call that the LCMD. M stands for multiple. I have x, a, and b, right? So to find the common multiple of all these three things, we actually just need to put them all together. So I have x times a times b. This is my a, by the way. So after you determine what's the LCMD, then we are just going to multiply xab throughout this equation. So let me show you guys how to do that. I need to multiply x times a times b for 1 over x. And do the same right here. X times a times b. So as you can see that this is why I leave a space earlier. Likewise right here. X times a times b. Okay. And what good does this do? Let's take a look. So for the first calculation here, x times a times b times 1 over x. This right here is saying x times a times b over 1. And notice that I have an x on the top times an x on the bottom. So I can cross cancel. So this x cancel out with that x. So you have a 1 on the bottom. So technically, all this right here turned out to be just a times b, which I can just write this as ab. ab over 1, which is the same as ab. For the second one, as we can see that the a right here and that a will cancel. So I have a plus xb. That's equal to the third one right here. This b and that b will cancel. So I have x times a. xa. And ta-da! I don't have fractions anymore, right? So that's the beauty of multiplying everything by the lowest common multiple of the denominator. Okay, our goal is to isolate the x. Let's put all the x together on one side first. So I have xb right here, and I have xa right here. Let me bring this xb to the right hand side. We can do so by minus xb on both sides. That way this cancels, and I get ab equals to, let me write this as xa minus xb, just how it is, right? xa minus xb. And what can we do right here? Notice that we have an x in common, an x factor in common. So I can take that out, right? So I can factor out the x, and I have a parentheses a minus b. And that's equal to ab. So now once we collect the x, we factor the x times a minus b, I can just divide both sides by whatever we have here. A minus b, divide that on both sides. Then this two cancels out, and I will get my x equals to ab over a minus b. Okay, ab over a minus b. And luckily we have exactly the answer right here for choice E. Okay, for choice E. Let me show you guys right here for choice E.